Okay, good afternoon everyone. I am MIRZA.
I am MOHAMAD. I am Asyraf. I am FAZRIZAL. I am LAZUARDI.
So, imagine a podcast with a full potential to grow, to inspire, to captivate, to connect people across the globe, but yet struggling in terms of getting its full recognition it deserves. That is the current situation faced by the 3P podcast, Think, Tank, Talk. As a content marketing team, we are carefully examining the challenges that faced by the company or that hinder our full potential to grow. But we have found the solutions to bring our brand stronger, and will be explained why fixing them is so important for us. When Think Talk began, it was fueled by the high aspirations and diverse campaign aimed at attracting a broad audience. However, as the podcast industry continues to evolve, our journey has been met with growing pains. Challenges like ambiguous branding, insufficient marketing strategies, and loss of our social media presence are stifling our potential. But let me assure you that these challenges can be overcome, will be overcome by the right strategies. Before I begin, I encourage you to envision that the Think Tank Talk podcast not as a today, but as a people-centered podcast as it meant to be. There is a problem identification of that elephant in the room, which what holding us back. The first is ecosystem branding, what sets us apart. Imagine you are in a library with full of the books with no titles. You'll be confused and not so attractive. That's like a podcast. When you didn't have a strong branding or inconsistent branding, you will not be shining. The second is poor marketing resources allocation. You will be miss some opportunities because you are not using resources effectively. Or imagine you fill a water inside a bucket with a hole in it. You are losing the resources. The third is low social media presence. Dormant accounts with engagement. With irregular posts or unattractive posts on social media, the audience will not connect or engage with your posts. Well, you'll be missing the chance to bring or to build a strong fan base.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon everyone. I hope that you guys are still with us. And next we'll move on to the next part of our presentation, the challenge analysis and research part. For your information, recently our team, which is marketing and strategy team, has conducted an in-depth meeting. And the aim of that meeting is to, first one is to analyze the causes that make our company suffers. And the second one is we are going to discuss about, at the meeting we have discussed about the effects of that root causes. And then the third one, at the same meeting we have discussed about the possible solution to solve the problem. Right? Then we'll move on to our first problem that we have identified during the meeting, which is lack of brand differentiation. What does it mean by lack of brand differentiation? Lack of brand differentiation is actually we Think Tank Talk serve our customer, our listener, our audience blindly without knowing what are their preferences. We don't know what content they like. Okay? We blindly create content, we blindly create a topic, and then we blindly post and make a podcast, a video. Then as you can see, unclear and inconsistent messaging and visual. Without knowing our audience preferences, we will make our audience confused. They will be confused. Right? This is also due to no targeted approach to meet audience need or preference. As I mentioned earlier, we don't know what are their preferences. Right? And if you take a look at our rival, which is Mama Session, do you know Mama Session? If you don't know about Mama Session is actually one of the best podcasting channel in our country, in Malaysia. So if you, I suggest you to listen to their podcast, and I'm sure you will fall in love with their content. Because our rival, which is Mama Session, provide relatable personas and also better engagement strategies. I'm sure every one of you will fall in love with their content. Right? Then we have talked about the causes, and then we move on to the next part, which is effects of this challenge, which is effects of lack of brand differentiation. Lack of cohesive identity, which is brand differentiation, undermine our company's credibility. Our audience, before we talk about our audience become confused, and that will make our credibility vanish. They will not trust us. They will not trust our content. They will not trust our information. Right? And if you want to take a look at our effects of this challenge, we need to take a look at our yearly growth. If you take a look at the industry standard benchmark that's set for our country for podcasting channel, which is 30% per year. For our company, we have only made 5% of yearly growth. What does it mean? It means that this problem has a massive impact for our company. And then, as you can see, we have increased risk of our company being overshadowed by a competitive podcast market, for example, like Mama Session. Then, we have met our main problem, which is we suffer from low engagement and cannot grow our audience base. Next, we are going to take a look at the second causes and effects.
Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and everyone. Before we dive into the second process, I would like to ask you a question. What if one strategic, efficient strategy can improve our double audience engagement without increasing our budget? Sounds to be true, right? But well, it's not. Let me explain to you how our marketing budget hold us back to spend the money to do more convincing strategies. Firstly, the causes. The first one is the competent distribution of advertising spend. A significant portion of the budget is allocated to non-related and untargeted campaign. We can see this example. This is our current marketing budget and this allocation. Like half of the budget is go to the lower yield engagement and not into the social media advertising. So it's very slow us to make engagement to the audience. Next, we have efficient use of resources. Funds are directed to general marketing strategy with no retail of investment, and we have only 20% the budget is allocated to social media. As you can see, only 20%, and less of the half of the spend is less effective and only included in traditional strategy. Next, we go to the effect. The effect from this process, we can have very low to return on investment. Next, financial instability. So we have very inconsistent budget and limited growth potential to our things and stock company. Next.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good evening to everyone. So I'm going to present the third cause for which is social media inconsistency. Okay, Think and Talk does not have consistent scheduling content to post in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and so on, which we all know that social media algorithms, they are favored accounts that are pushed regularly and also have an engaging content. Because of this irregular posting, Think and Talk are less visible to users' feeds, which leads to fewer interaction and also reduced engagement for users. This inconsistency also makes it harder to establish a strong brand online presence for Think and Talk. Okay, for this effect of this social media inconsistency is reduced engagement for our followers, which is because it confuses followers and also damages trust, which also makes us lose the interest of our users. This lack of engagement also prevents Think and Talk to build a loyal and also active community of listeners. Next, people don't recognize the podcast trends, which is become harder to attract new listeners. In a crowded digital landscape, podcasts that fail to stand out are easily overshadowed by competitors. This lack of visibility hinders audience expansion and overall growth of Think and Talk.
Next, we are going to talk about our first possible solution to solve the lack of brand differentiation. As you can see, our proposed solution is to having an exclusive collaboration. To do what? That is the question. Okay, first of all, we propose that we should have a guest, special guest. We bring an expertise, international prestige, or even we could bring people or somebody that could inspire someone, that could inspire our audience or listener. For example, we propose to have an exclusive collaboration with ABDUL. ABDUL is actually a leading environmental activist and also world foremost climatologist. Then what do we do? What do we have to do next? Okay, after we have proposed a guest, for example at ABDUL, we create a team series. This is the second step for this possible solution. Create a team series, which is, for example, we propose to create a series named as Voice of Our Planet, which is ABDUL will be the main features for that series. And then, by having this collaboration, what are the benefits of it? Okay, the first one is we are going to enhance credibility of our company, which is when we associate with someone who has knowledge or who is expert at something or some fields, our listener will probably trust our information, and then it will enhance our credibility. And then we will also be able to grow our audience, which is we will take an advantage of her follower, which is ABDUL follower, and who knows, probably there are a lot of potential audience that might like and fall in love with our podcast channel, and then our audience will grow. Next solution.
The second solution is we can optimize our marketing budget. Firstly, we have to allocate marketing budget to social media advertising. So you can see from this chart, we put more proposed marketing budget to social media advertising. So we can focus on platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, or kind of that, and we can strengthen our connection with relevant listeners and improve marketing effectiveness. Then we have to collaboration one, we also can collaborate with influencers and podcast viewers to reach niche audience. So we target our niche audience. And then, for example, like the one know this guy, next to Germany. This is one of the chef celebrities in social media. He's famous on TikTok, right? And he also collab with Roger, and many more. And we can also have him as a guest in our podcast session. And also, for next is we can collaborate with our airline brand, such as we can collaborate with Zeus Coffee. So we can put our QR code at the cup of the coffee, and when the customer buy it, they scan, they can see our episode of podcast. And we can also host a podcast session at their branches all over Malaysia, and to attract to new listening.
Okay, the next solution is develop a content creator and use relevant topic. So TikTok can post at least 4 to 5 times per week, which can include polls, Q&A session, and also competition for users to make it more interesting to users. And because it can help to build a sense of community and also loyalty to our users. Next is focusing on relevant topics, which can make a content that aligns with listeners' interests, such as contents like for health and also well-being, which can attract more listeners that are related to that content, and also it can strengthen the connection between the podcast and our audience.
So, in conclusion, TikTok now is at pivotal moment poised to convert challenge into opportunities. Even though we face any challenge such as slow audience engagement, unclear brand identity, and limited growth, but we view this challenge as an opportunity to evolve into an exciting and attractive podcast platform. Through implementation of current trend and innovative strategy, we seek to transform our brand and engage with wider audience. We are focused to collaborate with influential people such as Jen Goodell, optimizing our marketing budget for maximum impact on K platform, and also establish relationship, collaborate with other companies like Zeus Coffee. This strategy can enhance audience engagement and brand visibility, while positioning TikTok as a reliable source of insightful and relevant content. Your support will enable us to begin this exciting journey, building a podcast platform that motivates, connects, and make a meaningful impression on audience around the globe. Let's work together with us to make TikTok to the top of podcast industry. That's all from us. Thank you.
Does anyone have any question?
Yes, so at the solution that you mentioned about having dates with Jane Gordon. Right, so my question is, how does Jane Gordon expertise align with your brand and audience?
As we mentioned in the introduction, TikTok actually take to provide information or podcasts that have a lot of various genres, which is our potential listener and our listener is actually come from different genres. So by having genre, by having someone who puts a sport, for example Cristiano Ronaldo, then at least not all of our followers or our potential listener would follow her or follow him, but there are some of them. So we can have a benefit from every case that we have collaboration. Does it answer your question?
To add some more, well, if you didn't know, Jen Woodall actually had a strong foundation in Malaysia. She has a foundation that she built herself, recognized worldwide. So, if you mention how Jen Woodall going to attract the audience in Malaysia, I would say it will attract naturally, because she had a strong base in Malaysia in terms of she speaks in terms of sustainability, about the animals, about the forest, deforestation. That's her expertise. So she had a very strong base in Malaysia. So, like you mentioned, we have a different genre each time. So last year she came to Malaysia, celebrate her birthday year, while engage more with her foundations. So I think that's how we build SBLEK's collaboration with Jane Woodall. Yes, please.
As you guys know, nowadays there are quite a number of podcasts here in Malaysia. So I think they also invite guests, and they also collaborate with some quite big names. So how do you think your podcast can stand out and succeed in this crowded market?
So, for my opinion, I think that our podcast can compete within the market by use relevant content, as I mentioned before, which we have to create content that are related to more people. And also we can follow make content that follow up to trend, which is up to date, and also they are related to many people nowadays. So we can sustain in the market.
As for me, I usually get what is their podcast, and collaborate with them to copy sounds like interesting for me. And the question is how to collaborate with the way you collaborate with this copy, like then you your podcast and get copy or dia understand. As for me, I indeed get what is the podcast. The solution is collaborate with this topic sounds like interesting for me. So what kind of topic and how you collaborate with this topic?
I think the way we collaborate is like if we watch the podcast, we get just free of how do we collaborate with this podcast?
Alright, like I said earlier, we could collaborate with this coffee, right? So when the customer buy the juice coffee with our code, we provide our code, promo code, and they buy the juice coffee with the special QR code for our episode, so they can get a discount for the juice coffee. So we can do a collaboration with that kind of big company, right, in Malaysia. So that's one of the kind to engage our audience in our podcast.
get bored easily by watching podcasts. Well, now we have an audio only podcast. So while having your coffee, you can listen, taking train or bus. So maybe you can try listen to the audios as well. So any more questions?
Thank you for your interest. Thank you.